December 7th, 1941, a day of infamy. Even as Japanese diplomats were conferring with Secretary of State Hull on peace measures, Nipponese planes were swooping down on Pearl Harbor. This pictorial record includes both U.S. films and pictures made by the enemy as they dropped their load of death on the naval base, on Wheeler Field, on civilian homes and schools. 100 Japanese planes and a number of midget submarines took part in the attack. In an hour and 5 minutes, the battleship Arizona was completely destroyed and 4 others severely damaged. 3 other battleships and 3 cruisers suffered lesser damage. Nearly 200 planes were destroyed. In that Sunday morning inferno, the Pacific Fleet appeared to be completely immobilized by the sneak attack. Nearly 3,000 casualties added to the catastrophe. Within hours, the United States declared war. The attack on Pearl Harbor united Americans as never before in history. In the explosions at Pearl Harbor, there was forged the will for complete and absolute victory over the forces of evil. In Hawaii, civilian and soldier alike turned to the task of caring for the wounded and homeless. At the time, an actual landing by the Japanese was expected, and makeshift plans were made to fight the invader on the beaches and in the streets. The Japanese lost 5 midget subs as well as 29 planes and 100 men. Small cost for the damage they were able to inflict on the U.S. fleet. 2 carriers had been on patrol and thus missed the attack. These 2 ships led other units of the fleet in the battles of the Coral Sea and Midway, less than 6 months later. The first steps on the long road to complete victory.
Today we have a special guest, Leroy Jenkins, who was actually at Pearl Harbor when the attack happened. So, what was your role in Pearl Harbor?
I was a pilot in the U.S. Navy.
What were you doing just before the attack on Pearl Harbor?
I was on my way to church with my wife and 2 sons.
How did you come to know that the base was under attack?
Well, I heard many explosions and I looked up in the sky and I saw many Japanese airplanes, which was also a really loud noise.
What was the first thing you did when you realized you were under attack?
Well, I took my family home so they'd be safe. Then I rushed to the military base where my plane was located so I can get up in the air as quickly as possible.
How did you feel after the attack and that you had survived?
I was really shocked, but I really did want revenge, so I did everything in my power I could do to go back and fight.